Join with computer audio. There we are. Let me allow him in. Got to allow Kauri in. What up, homie? Oh, he's not on yet. I'm so sorry.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Let me get rid of that picture of myself. We'll go live here. Is that better?
Yeah, I'm going to turn you up a little bit so I can hear you better.
Just got my light on. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, how are you?
It's like your face is recovered.
It is. I'm better.
Can you believe she burned her face with all that, with that stuff?
So, Stacy, I saw your Facebook, and it's just one of those things where I just started slowly laughing, and I couldn't stop it. Kept going.
Well, I'm sitting there looking at her yesterday morning, and I'm like, she's got this cream all over her face. It's kind of blush, but then her face seemed like it was getting redder and redder. I'm like, why are you turning so red? She's like, I think this stuff is working. I go, are you sure? It looks like you're getting sunburned.
Oh no.
And she goes in and she's like, well, I thought I read the directions, but I couldn't read them. It was scalp stuff. It was like scalp cleanser, and she put it all over her face. Anyhow, so
you're looking good, Stacy. That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So K-Man, so you and I, we've known each other for what, 16 years now?
Yep.
And haven't done anything together. Well, we've done a couple things basically here and there. We've stayed in touch with each other over all those years. You've been on the corporate side for how many companies? You did a couple companies.
I think four companies, corporate side, and yeah.
And done very, very well with that. And then what was funny is, we all have our ups and downs in the industry. I mean, obviously, one of the reasons I wanted to have Stacy on here was because I don't want to make an emotional decision. I don't want to, because I am so tired of starting over. I'd rather, if it was easier to just run and put my head through a wall, I'd probably do that multiple times, because that's how it feels like. Am I right?
You already do that.
I already do that. So anyhow, what I wanted you to do is, obviously you showed me kind of a presentation about your new company. I haven't made any decisions, like I said. I'm just evaluating this thing, and I wanted to have Stacy here because I wanted to kind of ask you a little harder questions than kind of the friends and family kind of presentation we did. So I'm gonna make you the host so that you can show me your PowerPoint, and you can just kind of go through what you do. I might stop you in between things like that. So okay, so check to see if you should have gotten it looks like you're the host now. And obviously what I was telling, I don't know if I told Stace, but was you were running through some hard times financially just not too long ago when we flew out there to see you.
Oh my God.
With you and Jenny. And then you call me, you said, I think you called me and said you were looking at something, and then I kind of blew it off because I was still working something pretty hard and heavy, but I was kind of in the middle of wondering what was going to happen with my deal I was doing. And then got a little, just stuff happens. I mean, it's just business, things like that. And then when you called and told me what you were making in this thing, I started laughing. I'm like, what? How is that even possible in just a short period of time? So did you get so go ahead and fire away, and I'll be quiet.
Okay, but before I do that, I just want to say this too. I've had deals come to me, and some have been dogs. Like some things we look at, and I totally get where you're coming from being cautious, and I understand the difficulty of choosing a good company. I will say that this is the happiest and most fulfilled I've been since Zango. And even Zango had its flaws because I was just too new to know anything. And I've learned a lot. But the company that we have isn't perfect, but it's really, really good. And I told Sergey, man, we don't have to be perfect. We just have to be really, really good. And so I'm excited to do the presentation today. Let me see. Let's see, screen share. I've got this, click it on. And I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see the presentation now?
Yep, just popped up. So you might want to try to make that full. I mean, I guess you could probably make it full screen or something. I'm not sure how you do your PowerPoint. There you go. That makes it bigger. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, perfect. So when you want me to, excuse me, I'll get some water. No,
Yeah, that's
sometimes I
good.
know I'm going to record. I get slow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already recording, so it's all good. I wanted to have this to my, in case I need to reference it or whatever. I think it's cool too if somebody could actually see how I talk to
Yeah.
somebody about something, because I mean, half an hour ago I got a phone call about somebody trying to pitch me on something. Yesterday I got somebody pitching me on something, and everybody's got a good deal. Like, they all look good, and
Every
it's just kind of based on people, personalities, and things like that. So
We have to be
fire away.
cautious. It's the pretty girl dance, and it always has been with our industry. And I try to be really upfront with people about mistakes that I've made, dogs that I found in companies. And I was, somebody was trying to get me into Daisy for crypto, and I didn't have a good feeling. And you know what? They wanted me to put 20K in, and I'm lo and behold, it's a disaster. So I'm just watching everything, and like, where do I invest my money now, and different things. Um, so I totally get it. This is a unique company. You've heard this over and over, so maybe I'll just get on and start doing the presentation, so you guys can listen. And again, of course, um, I'm thrilled to be presenting to you guys today. It's been a lot of fun, and I will say one last thing is the income is real. I mean, Jenny came up this morning in tears just because of the overwhelming blessings that we have in our lives right now. It's been really, really unique. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Um, Welcome to our presentation. We like to tell people, be prepared to be amazed. APO Go is a 9-year-old company. It was launched in Eastern Europe 9 years ago. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the opportunity and what's happening in our soft launch currently in the United States. Before I get into all of that, I love documentation. This is a screenshot from a website called businessforhome.org. And what Ted Newton does is he analyzes companies. He's kind of like one of the watchdogs of the industry, passes a lot of information to a lot of would-be distributors who are checking out companies. This screenshot was taken, I think, last Friday, so it's pretty recent. And on it, you can see a couple of things that to me are really important. Number one, the history of the company from 2015 to today. Also, another thing that's really big is look at the estimated commission payout. We pay out 63 cents on the dollar. This is a really, really high number. If you're wondering how we do this, it's because a couple of reasons. In the US, we currently don't have, and we don't see in the future, an office with a large staff. We try to do everything so we can keep our payments to our distributors high and our cost way down. Also, momentum rank. When I came into the company in June of last year is when we started making headway. The US, there are already people in the US doing this business, but they were Russians from the Russian community. So it really wasn't mainstream. Our rank at that time, momentum rank, was 100 and I believe 17. And today you can see that our rank is 21. Now, Ted measures Alexa traffic, all the indicators. So we're really excited about the momentum that we have.
Hey, don't jump. I want to go back one. I actually, after you showed me this slide, I actually went and did my own due diligence on the momentum. Like, I use software too to track company momentum. I go into their login pages, I go into that and I look at that, and I noticed that you currently do have that nice steady growth going upward. I mean, every company has a fluctuation, but you have your steady going, which is cool. So it means if I'm looking at this, we're on the front end of the growth, which is good. I mean, I've seen other companies that you get in on the back end, doesn't do any good. Also, with the estimated payout from the industry itself, most companies, even the high end companies, typically only pay out like 30-40%. Am I correct? I mean,
Yeah,
you've seen that corporately, right?
yeah, I've seen it. I mean, most new companies at launch pay out like 60% for their first 2 months until people hit rank. Then it drops down to a manageable 35 to 44%. And the reason that's important, Mike, is the investors who invest in the company, they really watch those numbers early on so they get their investment back. But here you have a 9-year-old company, right? It's 9 year old, it's a stable comp plan, paying out these amounts. So I think that's pretty phenomenal.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. As I like to tell people, welcome and introducing the world's very first anion DNA drop. This is a brand new category creator. It's a product that nobody else has seen before, which makes me personally really excited because I love to share new stories and I love to share new technology if the technology works. So we're going to jump right into that. If you've ever been out in nature and experienced a peaceful, calm feeling, maybe you're by the ocean and you feel really relaxed, or some of my friends, they like to go mountain bike riding every weekend in the mountains in the springtime, in the summer. It's because they feel really good out in nature. Well, there's a scientific explanation for some of this, and that explanation is negative ions. Studies in science show that in nature, there are high concentrations of negative ions, especially around waterfalls and oceans. Now, negative ions come to us in a myriad of different ways. They come through UV rays, but one of the the largest or biggest ways we experience negative ions or have them is through lightning strikes. So when I went to Alexa, it shows that every day between 6 to 8 million lightning strikes hit the earth. And a lot of people don't really think about this, but the fact is, when the lightning hits the earth, it supercharges the soil with negative ions. And what ends up happening is these negative ions are absorbed into plants and they're stored in plant leaves. Now, if you think about all the botanicals, all the herbs, all the healthy drinks that are out there, they come from botanicals. Once the botanicals and plants are picked, they immediately begin to lose their negative ion charge, which makes them a lot less potent. A lot of people wonder what that might feel like, ion charges, negative ion charges. If you've ever been out after a lightning storm, you're walking home or you open the door and it's raining and there's lightning and you feel that really rarefied air, that's negative ions. That's how it feels. So negative ions are really, really important in our lives. If you look online, there's something called positive ion poisoning, which basically is studies showing that people who are subject to a lot of computer blue light from their phone, their computers, pet dander, pesticides, automobile pollution, these all contain large amounts of positive ions. And people every day feel depressed, they have anxiety, their bodies don't feel good, they're lethargic. This is because of the amount of positive ions around us. So it's a really cool technology that we have. I'm going to share that with you. We call it high energy, high science. Our technology, tech is called Accumulate SA. And a quick story behind that, our founder was getting on an airplane many, many years ago, and he gets nervous about flying. And somebody he was with gave him this little lozenge or drop, said, look, just suck on this. You're going to feel your anxiety go away. So he said, he didn't have anything to lose. He took the drop, sucked on it. He said within 15 minutes, he could feel a whole calming effect come over his body. He got really curious about the technology behind that drop. Accumulate SA was developed about 24 years ago in Italy by a group of science. What we basically do is they take botanicals and they scrape the DNA off of the botanicals through a process called Accumulate SA. And these botanical DNAs are transfused or implanted into these drops. And so what we like to talk about is we have 15 different drops with 15 different botanical recipes to accomplish 15 different things. So a little bit about the drops. Number one, they're quick. We take the drops, we like to say we pop a drop, we take it through the foil, stick it on our mouths, suck on it. And what happens is in the next few minutes, it goes through the mucosal membrane into the bloodstream. So the delivery is really, really effective. Studies show that if you take botanicals and pills and capsules and they go into your gut, you lose a lot of the efficacy of that. A lot of it really goes down the toilet, and we've seen studies on that. They're convenient. These drops you can carry with you in your purse. You can stick them in your pocket. I have a box right here. This is GTS for strength.
Hold up the blisters. I want you to, and then pull up the blister pack. I want you, Stacy, to see it.
So this is the blister pack. This particular is a pineapple flavor.
You see it?
Mhm.
And you can see the back, there's a foil. And what I love about this is that you have a product that's versatile, but it also has package integrity. So I can really hand them out to friends and neighbors. I can cut this package to 3 or 4 and give them to people. We also have sample packs that we now have, but it gives you the ability to carry 30 drops with you in your pocket and to share them with people and take them. So it's really convenient. I will say too, they're really delicious. When I first got them, I'll be honest with you, I'm like, man, they taste like candy. They can't be good for you. One of the things that our science has enabled us to do is to mask the botanicals. So when we talk about the botanicals in our products, you don't taste them. All you taste in every case is cherry, pineapple, apple, orange. I could go on and on for the 15, but you get the point. They're attractive. Our branding is very clean. It's very nice. The foil packages are really well put together and they're safe. This is really important. People say, well, are these safe? The fact is, if you can eat apples and oranges and ginseng root and a lot of the botanicals that we take every day, this product is absolutely safe and unique. Again, we are first to market. We are telling a story that's never been told before, and the results have been amazing.
That's the one thing that got my attention is the obviously packaging looks amazing, and then the delivery system of the supplement is kind of, and I remember watching like you get the delivery systems of some of the other products we have with the functional health beverages. You had the proteins that came out. You had the essential oils that have come out, and people made just huge amounts of money. So this looks, I mean, it looks different. So that kind of got my attention a little bit more too.
Yeah, it's fun. This is the fun thing about it. And studies show it doesn't matter how good your botanicals are, if they don't taste good, people aren't going to take them long term. And I've seen this happen over and over. And I've worked with a lot of manufacturing companies that bring products to market, and they're wonderful products, but they don't have lifespan. Why? Because people who are not botanically minded will not take them. You can't change people's habits. So here we have a product line that not only looks attractive, brand new to market, amazing testimonials, but they're really well priced. So I'm going to get into that in just a second. But most importantly, the flavor, the taste, they're going to consume it, and they're going to consume it on a consistent basis. So we like to say 15 drops for 15 different experiences. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to highlight 3 of our drops and kind of give you an idea of what they do and how they function. This first drop is called RLX. It's just brief for relax. What this is it's a banana bliss. And as weird as it sounds, this is my favorite drop to suck on. I take this when I want to relax. Before going to bed, I'll take 1 or 2. In the afternoon, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'll just pop a drop into my mouth. And in about 15 to 20 minutes, I can feel the relaxation coming in. A couple of things I want to mention because we're a little skeptical. So I'm going to point some things out to you. If you look at our product claims, take a look at this: relaxation and healthy sleep patterns, response to everyday stress. These are structured claims that have gone through our attorney team. So for me, it was really important when I came on to know that these guys weren't cowboys shooting from the hip, making claims that we'd later regret. All of our claims have been through compliance, through a good team, and they're very compliant. So I really like that. Look at the ingredients: banana, Duchess pear, chamomile, lettuce, ginseng root, passion flower, and ashwagandha. The scientists basically took these botanicals and combined these botanicals for the outcome that we have. And so the beautiful thing about it is these botanicals, they're picked at our farm in Israel. They're flown to our factory in Moldova, which is an Eastern European country. Through the accumulated technology, there's the DNA scraped off of these botanicals and put into our drops. And so this is a really great product. 2 other products to talk about: SLD. This is for joints. So for people who are having discomfort with their joints, they're sore, maybe their joints don't feel lubricated, they take this product. You can see the testimonial bottom left corner, some of the benefits and the ingredients. And I do want to say this is important. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. The last one I'm going to share with you individually is ice. For many years, I've had acid reflux. I got it when I was in college. I ate pizza at 3 a.m. The next morning, I was introduced to acid reflux. And since then, I've been able to maintain it. This product is amazing. If I eat something late at night that's really spicy, or I overeat, which I occasionally do, I just pop one of these into my mouth before bed. I do not experience acid reflux. So it's been, for me, a wonderful thing. And I love to combine drops. At night, I will do an RLX with an ice together. So you can really do combo drops to whatever you like, mix the flavors. It is a lot of fun. Okay, manufacturing. This is really important. We live in a post-COVID or COVID world today. So what I'm seeing with many different product lines are delays in shipping. This is common, and every big network marketing company that I know of is having huge delays between 2 to 6 weeks on product lines or more. We own our own manufacturing facility. This is really important. 48,000 square feet. It's located in Moldova. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. And we have the capacity to do 80,000 to 100,000 boxes in 2 8-hour shifts. Now, currently, we're running just one shift. That one shift is supplying plenty of product for the Eastern European, the Western European, and the US market. And Sergey, the owner, said, look, I'm just running one shift. I'm bored. Bring me more business so we can open up the other shifts to get more people employed. So I think that's a really big bonus. Our products are the real deal. And this is one of the things that really excited me about this company. I've never seen a company come into a market with all their certifications. So I'm going to go over a few of them with you. One is we are FDA registered. Now that's a requirement. We're FDA registered. We have the paperwork. I've never seen another company with this registration. Two, we're halal and kosher certified at the highest level. So if you look at our certs for halal and kosher, they're highly certified. Why is this important? Because if you want to grow a global business, you're not going to be able to do it without these certifications. There are too many people that rely on halal. There are too many people that rely on kosher. We have them. Also, we are ISO 22000 and ISO 9001 certified. I worked in a company many, many years ago that had an ISO 22000 certification in Heidelberg, Germany. It's a very rare thing to have. So what this tells you is that all of our products have efficacy. We have label integrity. Whatever we say is in the box is actually in the box. And our standards and our practices are at the very highest level. Also included on the screenshot are some of the European certifications. The European Union is unlike the US. Every country, no matter how close they are together, is very different and unique. So we have this and more certifications for the European and Eastern European markets. We're considered beyond organic, which means not only are we organic, we're beyond organic. We are gluten-free and non-GMO. So love the certs. They're there, they're real. And if anybody ever needs them, we can get the certs sent out to anybody that might be curious about them.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. There are 15 current drops. The rumor is Sergey has another drop to announce in Africa. He's going to announce that next week. I'm excited about that. Let's go through the 15 that we have. Our daily collection, you can see 8 of them there. One of the things I want to point out to you is look at the pricing. For me, this is really, really important. When I looked at a global business, we did our research in a company that I was with, and we determined that 500 American dollars would take care of 80% of the households all around the world. If you want to grow a global business, you have to have price points that make sense for the global market. I've seen a lot of US companies come out with these expensive auto ships that only 3% of the population can afford. Then they wonder why they have to open new markets every 6 months to stay in business. They're just chasing the 2% of the markets in every market that can afford their product. Our prices are very affordable, and a lot of people are already spending money to get relief for joint discomfort, for pain, for being able to relax, for immune. So these products right here, they're all different. They all have different flavors, different recipes. Very, very exciting. Our Premier Collection, 5 of them listed here. Why are they more expensive? Because there are more products in them. The process is a little bit more complicated to create these. A couple to point out, ALTs for breathing. If you know anybody with asthma, has a hard time breathing, this is a great product for them. HPR, I love the flavor of orange. What this product does is it goes into your kidneys and pulls toxins. HRT for heart health, ICE for digestion. MLS is a very powerful antioxidant. It is loaded with different botanicals that have high antioxidant values. And finally, our Premier Plus collection, there's only 2 of these so far. BTY for women, tastes like strawberry matte, skin, teeth, and nails, and of course, BRN. It's a very powerful nootropic for mental acuity, focus, and so on and so forth. You'll notice again, the pricing is a little bit higher, but it's because the product is a little bit more expensive to make. Okay,
Got a
let's
good
talk.
product line. Just as a top of my head, it hits pretty much everything that people deal with these days. So sampling this thing would probably be pretty easy too, wouldn't it? I mean,
It is.
obviously.
We have a sampling program that's really awesome. But one of the things I discovered when we came on this company is there's really 15 different industries represented here. So here we have one concept that's very agile, but we can turn that to different things. Now we've got other drops that we can create, to keep adding without changing the story. And I really like that. It's simple, it's easy to share, it's delicious, and again, they work.
Okay.
All right, let's go a little bit into our customer program. We have 3 customer programs. Basically, retail customers go to your website, they purchase product on it, they get a 10% savings every time they order product shipped directly to their home. And you'll get a commission paid on that. I'll go into that in just a second. Preferred customers are basically customers on auto ship. They go into your website, they get a 10% discount on their very first order. They get a 10% discount on all future orders, and they're on auto ship. And then we have our prime customers. We really wanted a company with a very strong customer base. We think we have the product line and price to do that. Prime customers pay $25, and they have to have a $25 spend every 6 months minimum to remain prime customers from that point forward. They're entitled to 20 to 50% off all retail prices. And the cool thing about prime customers is they can make money on other customers as well. So they can share their link, other customers can sign up, and they'll be making an income off that as well. We can talk about why network marketing. I know Mike and Stacy, you guys are professionals. You've been in it for a long time. You know the reasons of why this industry is so powerful. Started in 1945, but today in my opinion, there have never been so many people looking for an opportunity than there are now at home. With what happened in 2020, the effects are going to be apparent in 2021. A lot of people are going to be looking. A lot of people are getting their businesses shut down. They're trying to figure out how to support their families. If you think about it, we have all this beautiful technology where we can go into people's homes with these amazing presentations. They can sign up from home and run their business from home. Never been a better time. So I'll move on to the next one. APO Go is a US-based company. So APL, our parent company, is Eastern Europe. In July of this year, we launched APO Go. It's a US entity. We're registered in the United States. Everything is legal. We have our attorneys. We have our compliance division. We are rocking and rolling. Now, currently, we are in whisper launch in the US and Canada, also Australia. And we are going to be making announcements about moving into the Latin markets at the end of Q1. And I'm talking about Mexico, Ecuador, Peru, and Colombia. And so more announcements are coming for some Asian markets, but we are very determined to grow a very big global business, and it's been a lot of fun so far. Our founders, and I'm going to say this with a lot of passion, I've been a corporate executive for many years. I've sat in the back rooms and I've listened to the investors, I've listened to boards, and I've worked with a lot of founders. If you don't have a founder that's honest, you're not going to have a long-term business, because I don't care how good your comp plan is, they can change stuff. So let me tell you a little bit about Sergey. Sergey Kulikov is 33 years old. Now, for me, this is really big. He's a young owner. He loves the industry. At the age of 17, he joined an American MLM, grew an organization of 10,000 people. The company changed their comp plan, and he quit about 2 months later. He didn't like the changes of the comp plan. He went on and joined a second company. It was a Chinese company. He earned an award and got a trip to go see the plant in China. He went there. He said, I looked at everything. I saw how they produced the products. I saw how they were repackaging the products to different companies. And he said he went home and quit the next day. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. At the age of 18, he went into real estate in Spain, made $6.5 million over the next 6 years, ran into the Cumulus SA technology, and fulfilled one of his lifelong dreams, which was to launch his very own company. Now, Sergey is the only owner. There are no investors. He's debt-free, everything is paid for, and he's very determined to grow a large business. His wife, Olga, is pictured here. They met because she was in his downline in his very first company. And I love the fact that we have 2 owners who actually built businesses, who understand the industry and how distributors think and feel. I did an interview with Olga. It's on YouTube. If you're ever with Sergey on YouTube about how he came into the business, it's kind of hilarious. He talks about not being able to date his wife because she was in his downline and how he broke the rules, married her, and they created this wonderful, wonderful company.
Nice.
All right, moving forward, APL Go likes to be innovative. So the Cumulative SA technology is something that we can replicate in different product lines. Recently, we did launch a skincare line that's charged with negative ions. And I want to make sure I explain this correctly. When we scrape the DNA off the botanicals into these drops, they are then charged in a chamber with negative ions to give them their kick. Okay, that's what makes them potent. If you look, and I'm going to be really transparent with you, if you look at the amount of ingredients in each of these drops, they're pretty minuscule. You might say, well, how can we have the effects with so little botanicals? It's because of the negative ions, charges, which makes our products very potent. In order to be successful, all pieces of the puzzle have to be solved. Before I get into the compensation plan, I just want to point out a couple of things. There are more than 250,000 associates. That's what we call our distributors in over 50 countries. I talked about the manufacturing warehouse of 48,000 square feet. But for me, this is really important to talk about Sergey. Sergey likes people. This is really important for me, okay? He likes people and he wants a long-term legacy company. He's given away over $4 million in jewels and award money outside of the comp plan. And I was telling Mike earlier, Sergey's very first convention in Moscow, he gave away 47 cars, right? Which is really crazy, but that's who he is. He really likes to reward people and understands the difficulty and rewards of building a business. Now, culture is really important to this company. For me, it's not enough to go in and help people with their health and make money. You want to have a lot of fun. So we have a lot of exciting cruises that happen. Of course, we're in COVID, so some of our cruises had to be canceled. But I want you to know that we do a lot of fun things as companies. And in my back office right now, I can track my cruise points for the next cruise, which I think is really important for people to know they're going to be able to go out and have fun and relax. We have these crazy themed events every year. Every single year, Sergey rents a castle either in Italy or Spain. This year, because of COVID, we're celebrating his birthday party in Kenya, Africa. Jenny and I are leaving in a couple of days. We're excited about that. But the point being is we gather with leaders. We have a lot of fun. And Sergey believes in community and culture. And that's why we have these great events. I'm not going to go through the compensation plan. I'm going to go through it kind of quickly, but I just want to give you an idea of the power of this compensation plan. I showed you earlier where Sergey said, I showed you earlier where Business for Home showed the 63% payout. So let's dive into that. In APO Go, there's two things that are really important. Every company has what we have called rank, right? Every company has a rank. In APO Go, we have status. This is really important. And the reason why we have status and rank is because of this. In most companies, when you sign up and you go to work, you look at the compensation plan and you look at the different ranks and you say to yourself, my goodness, I'm not going to be making this amount of money until I hit this rank. And for most people, it's like a year away or 6 months away. Most people don't have a year or 6 months away to make money. They want to make money quicker. So Sergey created this thing called status. And here's what it basically is. When you come in, there's 6 different statuses. As you can see on the screen, and I'm going to get my pen out here. You can see the statuses right over here. And these statuses are promoter, associate, builder, leader, VIP, and diamond. So what happens is you sign up for $25 one-time fee, and you choose your pack, your starter kit. So if I go with the builder kit, obviously there's more product than the promoter kit. Obviously the diamond kit has the most products and gives you the most value for your money. But more importantly, whatever you come in at, that is your status. And you have 90 days to upgrade your status. So if I sign somebody up as an associate, they spend $200 to start their business. They have access to everything in our back office, all of our products. They're now in an associate status. They have 90 days to upgrade to the VIP or diamond status. And there's ways that they can do that. So let me go through them with you. There are 11 ways to earn. Let's start off with the fast start bonus. So when somebody comes in, They purchase a Go Kit, one of the 6 statuses. And let's say that somebody comes in, I bring Chris in as a leader. He pays $600 for his starter kit. I'm going to make 17.5% of that, or $105. So you can see on this chart, it's very easy to see what people come in at, the percentage that I make on the fast start, and the amount that it is. And these are paid out every single week. Now, I'm going to say this. If you've been around the industry and you're looking at this, you're going to go, that's pretty good, but it's not incredible. You know, it's not blowing me away. I'm going to tell you why this is substantial, because you got to look at the other bonuses to get an indication of where we're going. Now, this screen might be a little confusing. So what I'm going to ask you to do is ignore all of this stuff and ignore all of this for now. We are a hybrid ninery, not a hybrid binary, a ninery. There's a couple of reasons for that. A lot of people, when they come into to build, they get confused on what to do and all the options. So I'm going to make this simple. When you come into APL Go, you build 2 legs, a left leg and a right leg. The leg that has the most volume every week is considered your power leg. The other leg, to make this really simple, is called your pay leg. In our compensation plan, depending on where you come in at status, so let's say that somebody came in at the $600 starter pack, they now have leader status, which means they are earning 25% from the get-go of the pay leg every single week. Now, to tell you why this is significant, I've been with a lot of companies, and the top leaders that hit diamond status usually make up to 20% in the front end binary. In this case, it's a ninery, but they usually make 20%. Here we're seeing a way where brand new people coming in from day one can make between 10 to 30% in their pay leg weekly. Now think about this. This is really substantial because it's twice as much as most companies that I've seen pay out, and it's very, very lucrative. Now, a couple of things to mention. Each leg is capped at $10,000 per week. Now, I know on this presentation, it says per month. This is not correct. It is per week. So theoretically, if I was to come in and build 2 legs, once my pay leg hits a certain rank, the company says you can open up a 3rd leg. I build that 3rd leg, the company, and it hits a certain rank. Now I can open a 4th leg. Why do I want to keep opening more legs? Because each leg is capped at 10,000 a week. And in most companies, they're capped, they're done. They can only have 2 legs. We allow you up to 8 other legs outside of your power leg. And here's what I love about this. Let's say your power leg was doing $100,000 a week in volume. The great thing is your pay leg, my pay leg has, let's say, $9,999. I'm going to get paid, if I'm a diamond, 30% of that a week. And if I have 8 other legs earning $9,999, they are all considered my pay legs. So I really, really love that. It's very, very lucrative. What happens every week is that the computer takes a screenshot of your tree. It looks at your power leg. It looks at your pay leg. It pays you a percentage on your pay leg weekly, depending on what your status is. The remaining volume in your power leg rolls over to the next week, and it continues rolling to the next week, to week to week. Currently, we do not flush any of our volume, but that will happen at a future point. We'll end up flushing the 13th month so that we have 12 months of volume in the tree at all times, which keeps the company healthy and keeps the pay plan very healthy.
That's pretty strong, that page right there.
Yeah.
Because we made, I mean, didn't we, when we were both in Zango, I mean, we were probably making a maximum of about 10 to 15% on all bonuses. So, and I know we both did over 7 figures there, earnings. So that's cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's fun. It really is fun. And I'm just going to throw this out to your listeners. My own personal thought was nobody's going to buy a $3,000 pack. I mean, I just didn't see it happening until I understood what status did. And I feel really great about recommending people, if they can do it, do it. You'll make more money faster, and you'll rank up on the back end just as well. So it's been a lot of fun. This bonus I get really giddy about. This bonus represents about 68% of my, 65% 5 to 68% of my earnings currently. I've been with the company for 6 months. This is the check matching in the group bonus or the ninery. So everybody that I bring in, I'm just going to illustrate this really briefly. If this is me and I bring in people on my left and my right sides, and the people that are in red are my personals, I'm going to check match them off of them every single week in this bonus and the ninery. And basically, if you look at this chart, once I hit the rank of manager, right, I'm going to get a 20% check match on all of my first line personals in the tree. So it doesn't matter where I place them in the tree, left or right, or 20 down or 3 down. They're my personals every single week. If I'm a manager rank or above, I'm going to get 20% off that first level. And obviously, if you go down, the higher levels you achieve up to premier director, they're check matching 7 levels in the ninery, which is really, really significant and really, really powerful. I do want to point out that if you come in at or achieve the status of diamond, you are starting as a senior director in the check match, which means you're picking up 5 levels of check match from the very day one. That's when you come in. If you come in at that diamond day one, or if you achieve it in 90 days, then you're going to be locked in at senior director. And here's the other thing I love about the status is, unlike ranks, once you hit status, you never decline. You never lose that status. So you'll always have that status, which to me is really, really cool. Okay. These are just some examples on the matching bonus. If you're to do 5 by 5, shows you some of the numbers. We talked about the fact that diamonds are already locked in as managing directors. If you don't have managing diamond status and you want to achieve it through rank, you're going to need to have 100 PV, $5,000 in total PV in any of your pay leg or pay legs, and 2 directors, or you can become a diamond, right? Status and get it right away. And also VIP has a really high rewards as well. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this real briefly. This is our ranks. Here's the important thing to me when I first saw this. You see the 40 PV? We're going to all these international markets. We're telling people your auto ship is 50 American, which is expensive for some of the developing countries. But the good news is people around the globe that can afford this. And this is why I believe as we move to the global markets, we're not going to be hunting for the 3% that can afford our product. This product and price point is going to appeal to a lot of people. If you take a look at managing director here, obviously you're grandfathered if you're a diamond already, but look at that, 100 PV, right? That's your requirement, $5,000 in any of your total in your paid leg or paid legs, and you need 2 directors. These are really not hard to accomplish. They're really doable, and we're seeing a lot of success in our teams. Sometimes people will ask me, what does the back end look like? The back end is a unilevel. The reason why we have a back end unilevel is unilevels traditionally are very stable. So if you look at some of the larger companies that are around 20, 30 years later, 40 years later, they're mostly unilevels. So we have the front end, which is fast and furious with the income coming in, the team building, the synergy. The back end is the unilevel. Now, typically, if somebody was to come in and place a status order of VIP or diamond, typically their second order is going to go into the unilevel. And in your back office, you can assign where you want your activity or purchases to go through. Do you want it to go towards your status for your first 90 days to keep upgrading that? Or do you want it to go toward your unilevel? And you can choose that. So here's how the unilevel works. We pay these percentages 5 to 10% through levels 1 to 6. Now, what I want to point out to you, it's really important, is most comp plans that I've seen, they will front end load you on 15 to 20% on level 1. But man, who cares if you got 4 people on your first level? I don't care, because all the volume's on your lower levels. So what you end up seeing is most companies will pay you smaller amounts of percentages through level 6 and beyond. On level 5 and 6, you might have 2%. 2% here, that's pretty common, or 5%. Look how we increase it as we go down where the people are. To me, that was really significant. And here's a really cool thing. If you have diamond status, from day 1, you're picking up 10% through level 6 on your unilevel, which I think is really incredible. You can see some examples, bottom right corner here. We do have dynamic compression in here. That's another discussion for another time, but very, very lucrative. Now, people always say, well, what about level 7 through infinity? There's people on those levels. We get paid on them. The answer is yes. Hit the rank of national director, you pick up a 1% override on your entire organization quarterly. International director is 1.5, premier director is 2.5. I'm going to give you a quick story. I did a deal as a corporate person with a European leader team. Three leaders wanted 1% on their organization. Those checks were about 100,000 monthly. Okay. So to me, level 7 to infinity, to be able to pick up those when you hit that rank, to pick up these percentages is very, very significant. Okay, we have a couple other bonuses. I'm going to go through this really quickly. Basically, if you're active for a year, you have 40 PV minimum, one left, one right, 40 PV. On month 13, after 1 year, you're going to get $10 a month. I told Sergey, this isn't a lot of money for us. He goes, it is for the developing countries. It's half of a product. We want to pay this. So I thought, great. I really love that. Number 7, lifestyle bonuses. Basically, you're active for a full year, as I just mentioned, one left, one right. On month 13, you're going to receive 5% of your average 9-year payout through your group bonus, or $300, whatever is greater. $300, utilities, car payment. It's great money. Entertainment bonus. You have to hit and hold this rank. Hit for 1 month, hold for 2 more months. National director will pay $1,000, international director $2,000, and premier director $3,000 a month. Now, client bonus. This is what we pay to our customers. Anytime somebody goes to your website and purchases product, you're going to make 30% of that sale. It's paid to you the very next week. And what ends up happening is the 50% of the sale goes towards points. So if I've got a lot of customers and they're buying every single month, I'm accruing points. Now in my first 90 days, actually it's not just my first 90 days. If I'm accruing customer sales, I can always put those points towards status upgrade past the 90-day cutoff. And I want to mention this too. If somebody comes in and they don't achieve it within 90 days, the status, Sergey does run promotions once or twice a year where they can achieve it. So they're not locked out forever, which is really great news. So customers, 30% payout. The rest of the points, 50% of those points can be applied towards cruises, other promotions, or status upgrades. Finally, our manager bonus. This isn't really as big in the US. I see this bigger in other countries. If somebody wanted to come in and invest 250,000 euros, which is probably like $328,000 around there, I'm just guessing, they're going to get a 4 to 6% override on that volume to open their offices and to sell products from their offices in the markets they're located in. Lastly, there are 5 ranks that are not even mentioned earlier. These are higher ranks. The money's good. I know what the top earners are making. It's pretty substantial. And I think 5 or 6 of them have these ranks. So at the very end of this discussion, this is where I simply say to people, choose your kit. There's different kits at promoter and associate, different combinations of products. You can go ahead and get started today. Good, better, and best. You want to learn more about the company. Better, you want to try some products. And best, you want to get started today. So all that's available. And with that, Mike, I'll turn it back to you.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you have any questions or anything?
About the product, is there a certain amount that you shouldn't take per day? So you have 15 boxes, you're like, oh, I'll take one of each every hour, every 5 minutes. I mean, can you overdose on this stuff? I know the answer most likely no, but since they're nutraceuticals or whatever.
So that's such a great question. I'm going to show you something as I answer this. There's a APO reference guide written by a nutritionist. She has a master's degree and a BS degree in science.
Hey, do me a favor real quick. Take the screen share off, and that way we'll be bigger and we can see it.
Okay, yeah, you bet.
We'll do that. That way we can.
Yeah, is that better?
Yep.
Okay, so this APO Go reference guide was written by Mary Esther. She has a master's degree in botanicals and associate degree and a couple other degrees. I'm sorry, it's not rolling off my tongue. But anyhow, she created this beautiful, I think it's 600-page reference guide. Here's all of the science references to our products. You can see them in here, and you can see that every one of our products, GTS, SLD, is covered in detail. So she goes through all the science. And one of the things that she said, Stacy, to answer your question, she said, our delivery system is so efficient that you can't really OD, and you can't OD on the products, because this was asked in a Zoom that we did. And the reason why you can't OD is she said that your body will find a place to put that nutrition. So honestly, I can go through 20 a day, and I've done it before. I've had for the very first time in my life as a distributor, I actually drove by my mailbox 3 months ago, and I knew my products were in there. And I've had experiences with auto ships. I'm like, yeah, I'll get the mailbox 3 days from now. But I was craving pineapple like you wouldn't believe, right? So I got to my mailbox, got the products out, popped the drop, right into my mouth. Oh man. And I told the Mike this yesterday, I love GTS. It's amazing pineapple flavor. I take it before the gym. I feel stronger. I don't know what it is, but it's in the science. It's all there. So you can't OD. There's no toxins in it that you can overtake. If your kids get a hold of it, of course, the supplements, we're really careful with children, but TQ will come in my office and take Grow, GRW, all the time. I've got to hide this from him. It tastes like grape. It's for your immune system. So we have a really highly consumable product that people love the flavors. There's no botanical taste. And yeah, a lot of great testimonials.
Awesome.
I have kind of one of my most important questions when it comes to this type of business is, what is the system? I mean, you're doing well financially, right?
Yeah.
With this thing. I mean, you popped it up to 5 figures weekly and more, and it's growing like crazy. What is right now the majority of the system that everybody's using, or what you're using specifically? I mean, I don't care how basic or generic it is or how complicated it is, because that's the thing that I always see, that it's like, everything can look good, but if a person doesn't think they can do it,
yep,
or deliver the message, and I've obviously going through this, I always get ideas on stuff, but fire away on that.
Yeah, that's a 2-part answer. Thanks for asking that. To date, we've been doing testimonial pages on Facebook. So Go Life is this page I started. There are a lot of testimonials in there. So we add, tag, and message. We've also do Zoom calls every single night. We have access for the whole team to bring guests on. But what's really exciting is we are about to launch our Rapid Funnel app. The Rapid Funnel app will house many different videos. So every one of our products has its own video, 2 minutes long. So this allows you to sharpshoot people's symptoms. And I've done this in different businesses before. I've worked with doctors. But if somebody's got an issue with joint health, I'll be able to take the SLD video, the 2-minute video, and directly text it to them and watch when they're watching it. I can see their activity also. And Mike, I'm so glad you asked this, because the app is about 3 weeks from being launched. We are working on it right now. There are autoresponders on it. It's tied to social media. I went through part of the training last night, and it is one of the most robust platforms I've ever seen. And so there's a free version and a paid version. I'm going to tell you, get the paid version. You'll be able to reach out to people. Also, there's onboarding, right? So when people sign up on the app, they're going to see a video from myself or one of the leaders whose teams they're on saying, welcome to the company. You're going through the onboarding process. In the next 2 weeks, you're going to be getting an email every day of activities that you need to accomplish in order to build your business. Also, here are the steps from 1, 2, and 3 to get started in your business. Here's the library. Here's what we recommend you send out for your very first contact or very first exposure. And you're going to follow up with these. And by the way, do you want to put them on a drip campaign for autoresponders? Are they customers? Are they associates? Another thing, I don't have them, they're downstairs. We have these beautiful sample kits. Each sample kit contains 3 drops, SOD, ice, and relax. They open it up, they pop the drop. There's a science accumulated assay, person's contact information. Those are all being loaded into the app as we speak. Now, our fulfillment is in West Jordan, Utah, Visible Supply. They're a very large fulfillment center. They power all of our US operations, all of our deliveries. And so we're really excited about that. And I do want to say this, Mike, I would love for you to be involved in the process, or at least check it out. I have a login I just got today. I went on the thing last night. The guys developing the app have developed it for 15 other companies or more. They're very good at what's pertinent and what's not pertinent, what works and what's not, what doesn't work. They're showing us ways how to embed things on our Facebook pages so videos pop up. They're aware of all the algorithms. But man, I need help for my team. The other two teams are often going. I don't have mine built out yet because I'm so busy doing different things. So that's available. If you want the user and pass, you can log in there, check out what we're doing. And from the creative, it all comes down to content.
So real quick on before you start. So I could literally say, hey, Lisa, I know you've got an issue with this. Check this video out, bang. And she might reply back, wow, it looked pretty interesting. I'd love to try some. And I could even go in there and send her a sample from my app on my phone.
Yes, that is coming. We're working on that right now. Another thing that's cool. So all the videos are being made now. The guy creating the videos is a former owner of 2 network marketing companies, very successful. He's really good at the creative process and storytelling. So I've got a couple of videos to share with you that he's working on. If you want to check them out, they're going to be incredible. And all of the products have their own PDF as well. So remember I sent you that slide. I showed you the slide on SLD and RLX. You can also send them a copy PDF of each product individually along with the video. So they're seeing the botanicals, they're seeing what's in them, all the information that they need.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm okay. So basically 9-year-old stable company. I did check out the analytics on everything and their growth is steadily growing. Just currently launching in those red markets that you showed on the one slide, United States, Australia, Mexico, which are obviously massive MLM markets. Unique product. You got any more questions?
I'm good for now. That was great. Thanks, Kauri.
So, all right, well, I'll let me ponder this obviously, and then I'll get back to you, and I'll probably let you know shortly, that kind of thing. I know you're getting ready to take on your trip. You know, maybe I'll run this by a couple people that I know just to see what their opinions are, kind of get their feedback. But you know, obviously you're always fun to work with. So, and I do like you as a person, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's huge because you want to work who you want to work with. And by the way, your products aren't en route to you. You might have an email in your junk box with a tracking number.
Okay.
We send them out pretty quickly, but enjoy the products. I encourage you to go to Go Life and look at the testimonials. NRM, people with blood sugar, they can take an NRM before they measure their glucose and after. You can really see it on there. Some products affect you right away. Some take a while. One product took me like 3 weeks before I felt it. But anyways, guys, thanks for your time.
Cool.
Really appreciate you taking the time, and hopefully we'll see what we can work out maybe.
All right, man. Well, good
Thanks.
talking to you.
Tell
All
Jenny
right,
hi.
take care.
All right, see ya. Thanks.